So the two of you are new characters in this universe. So what was that like? How did you find your way around your characters, the one you play and Theo?
For me, it was quite exciting to be able to approach this character that is non-canon, that's not in the books. It's created by the brilliant JD and Patrick, our showrunners, for the purpose of this film or this show. I say film because it's so much like a film to me.
Exactly.
But it was quite exciting to be able to infuse her with my own vision for her and bring her to life the way I want to bring her to life. And it was just very exciting to do it in a way that there was no previous version that I had to sort of be conscious of, or that this character might be compared to. So in that sense, it was quite freeing.
And your character, Browen, I mean, there's a kind of connect between the two of you. She's a healer. You were a pre-med.
Yes, I was pre-med. I have a degree in biology, and so there was a lot about her that resonated with me.
True, and other than that, also there are many layers to her because she is a healer. She's a single mom to him.
Yes.
I hope he was a well-behaved child.
Yes, not in the show, but yes, in real life he's wonderful.
And other than that, an outcast as well. So there are many layers, complexities. Was that a challenge?
It was a challenge, but I love the fact that women have a lot of agency in this show. The writers have made each female character multifaceted and resilient, and they have their own. They are there in their own right on the show. They're not leaning on the male characters around them or serving those characters. Every character, male or female, has agency, and I love that. So it was very exciting, and I'm really grateful to be here.
And Theo, coming to you, you said your dad was a fan of The Lord of the Rings yes. and not you. So I'm sure he's very proud that you're now part of the cinematic universe of Tolkien. So what was it like for you? And everyone's very curious to know about that half soul in your hand. What can you tell us?
Yeah, even my dad is. I sometimes walk into the living room and he's got YouTube up on the TV, and he's watching like lore videos about like Lord of the Rings and trying to figure stuff out about the show. And I'm like, Dad, I'm right here. You can ask me. But he's very much a fan. How much can I say about the sword? I can say that Theo finds it in the bottom of a barn, and it is very important to him. Yeah, that's kind of what
is that all he's telling us? Yeah. But honestly, for you, what was it like? Since you're also the youngest member of this ensemble cast, so I hope you were pampered by the rest of them. But what was it like understanding your character playing son to her?
I think Naz and I worked a lot to figure out the relationship of Bronwyn and Theo, and I think the relationship between Bronwyn and Theo is very different to the relationship between Naz and Tyro. But it's very tense, and I think we tried to find where the tension came from. And I think with Theo, although he's a created character and he's brought from the ground by JD and Patrick, we sort of worked together to find the Tolkien in him, because obviously he's in Middle Earth, and he's a man. So he's not a man yet, but he's a boy. But a teenager. He's a teenage boy.
Young man.
Yeah. And I think finding the ideas about men that Tolkien thought about, and the corruption of the mind and how it can be corrupted. And I think that really resonates with Theo. So I think, looking at the characters in Tolkien already, like Isildur and Boromir, and there's many, many more. And it's been really, really fun to be able to dive into something so much. Really
awesome. And it looks exciting. And also the languages of Tolkien. Did you manage to pick up some words? A favorite word?
Oh, well, no. Well, we're from the Southland, so it's less, the elves have Elvish and Númenorians have some nuance, but we didn't.
We actually, as like kind of like a rap gift, and Naz kind of pioneered it. We got little caps, and it says, and it's elven writing on the top, and it says top secret
in Elvish.
Yeah,
we gave to all the crew as a gift.
Yeah. I don't know how you pronounce it, but we know what the word looks like.
Either. But we got to figure this out.
Yeah, we do actually.
Yeah.
But also, this is not an aspect that has been showcased earlier, and also in his books you do find the mention. So was that a challenge for because you could reinterpret it and bring in your own creative ideas other than that of the writers as how you wanted to play your characters? Was that liberating?
It was very liberating. I think there's beauty to having references for those people who had past references in the literature. But also, I think for us, there is a sort of an excitement of being able to build a character through fresh eyes, and that I think is something that helped us in the process. Yeah.
So what would the two of you do if you had the ring of power in your hand?
Ooh.
I'm not.
World peace.
Yeah.
Let's go like big. I would want world peace. I would just sort of like, that would be my thing.
I'd probably give it to Naz because I don't know what to do with it. I mean, she seems to have it figured out, so I'll get too much pressure.
It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
Charles wants to go invisible, which is a good idea too. Another option in this day and age.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
can be helpful.
And if you were to find yourself in the universe you're projecting, what would you do if it suddenly came to life now?
In what universe? You mean Middle Earth?
Yeah.
If it came to, what would I do?
I think it depends on where you are. I think if I was in the Southlands, I'd probably break down crying. And be like, this is horrible.
Yeah. We're always dirty and muddy.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
It's not pleasant.
It was lovely chatting with you. All the very
lovely
best. You
chatting.
pulled up quite a feat, you know. I mean, 5 seasons, 50 hours of filming. I mean, it ain't easy.
Thank you so much.
All the very best. Lovely chatting with you.
Lovely
Thank
chatting
you.
with you.
We are the lovely half-foot ladies. Now, what can you tell me? What is something peculiar to the half-foot ladies, you know, that no one knows about?
Particular.
Not being called the half-foot lady.
Yeah, we've never had that before.
Yeah.
Particular to the half-foot ladies.
To the ladies or to the half-foot?
The half-foots, the ladies, because, you know, they're the half-foots. They are the, you know, the predecessors or the ancestors of the hobbits. So what is it about the half-foot ladies? What makes them so cool?
You think that...
I'm so sorry.
They've been doing this a lot.
Yeah, we have.
I was going to say that I actually think that something that's particular to the half-wits, which I really liked from the start, has to do with costume. Kate Hawley, the wonderful costume designer, had kind of come up with this idea that they would have these apple seeds. Every half-wit had these apple seeds to different varying extents. So basically, you'd see some of the elders of the community would have many draped around what they were wearing and kind of embroidery and including these apple seeds, and then some of the younger ones would have less, and they indicate kind of each one represents someone who passed away. And so that was really wonderful because there's just it really reflects, I think, a sense of unity within the community, which I think is so integral to the half-wits as a whole. So
Awesome.
And just thinking actually about the 3 ladies, I think in different ways they're all quite strong-willed in very, very different ways. They have very strong sense of purpose and self. In incredibly different ways, though. Yeah.
You know, the thing is, now what you said, I mean, that's my follow-up question, is I know a lot of fans might not like me saying that, but there's not much female representation in Tolkien's work. But in this, what I'm seeing is the women are very powerful. They are, you know, basically helping the narrative go forward. They're doing a lot more. So was that exciting for the 3 of you when they came to you with the story?
Yes, very much so. I love that idea that you said they help propel the narrative forward, and I totally agree with you there. It's not that they're just there to support other people's narratives. They actually all have their own journey that they're following, and I think that's really important, actually.
What would you want to say about, now my other question is, what was that one thing that you picked up about your character, you know, to take your characters forward? Because there's not much, there's no source material, let's put it that way, you know. So it's in a way refreshing and challenging as well. So I'll start with you. So what was that one bit you picked up about your character to take it forward?
What was really nice was that the showrunners are very good writers and developers and creators. So the world that they created for the Half-Wits and developed was so detailed. And I love Poppy. And what I love about her is her loyalty. And that is what propels her forward throughout the whole series, really. Her loyalty to her friends, to her families, and to her community, but also loyalty to herself and what she believes in. She doesn't do anything that she doesn't want to do. I think that's something that I think propels her.
And what about you, Nori and Marigold?
I think that What propels her forward?
Now, what was it that you picked up
That
for
I
your
picked up?
character to understand her that, this is the one point that I need to work on?
It was the fact that I think she has so much curiosity, and that sometimes it's at the detriment of others around her. So it was about honing in on that and making sure that it was grounded in more than just kind of a selfish curiosity. It was actually to help the family and help the community find themselves a home. And she believes that by doing that, you have to take risks sometimes. You have to step out of your comfort zone. That sometimes you need to stop and evaluate where you are to see where you could be. And so, and to change behavior to enable that to happen. So I think that for me was what I was centering.
And then for Marigold, it's really interesting because I feel that Marigold then struggles with this idea in Nori, that Nori has a certain idea of how the Halfwoods maybe should live and maybe should live going forward, and Marigold feels that they should stick to what they know. But for me, for Marigold, the thing that she struggled most with is about parenting. When are you making decisions that are right for your child, and when are those decisions what you think is right for your child, but not necessarily what they, what actually is. So there's that thing that all parents, I think, struggle with. Yeah.
So what would the three of you do if you had the ring of power in your hand? Since it's all about the ring of power.
What would I do?
Well, we actually had a question about this the other day.
We did.
And I it's really silly and simple, but I said I wanted to fly. I remember Dan Wayman said he wanted to make lots of ice cream, that it was all about ice cream for him. I'm not sure how the Ring of Power is going to do that, but yeah.
I said that I would really, and kind of, Emma and I were on the same page about this. I said that I would want, like, honesty, like brutal kind of, or to be able to mind read.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Not for them to be able to read my mind, but so that I could read. Yeah. I think I'd really appreciate that.
I'd love to be able to, what's it called, teleport.
I would like that
I
too.
would like that too.
Actually, I would like that too.
Yeah, I would like that as well.
Yeah.
Teleport.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Lovely chatting with the three of you.
You too.
And my last question is, any favorite word from the many languages of Tolkien that you picked up? It's a favorite word.
Favorite word?
Petty enough.
What does that mean?
It means hobbit
Oh,
in Elvish.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very nice,
Yeah.
Sara.
Nice.
I love that one as well.
Yeah.
and what about you?
Oh, do I know any? My Tolkien knowledge is very limited. I'm still learning a lot. So, I mean, not from me, but do you have any else?
I was just thinking through. I apologize. I'm so like normally I'm like.
I think she's gone back to the
I've gone back. I've like traveled back to the. Oh my goodness! There's one that's on the tip of my tongue that Galadriel says.
So Elvish as well.
Elvish, yeah. There was something in there. There was
It is
something
very
she says.
beautiful. We're trying to help you, but
No.
Okay, so when
We'll
you come
come back to you.
yeah, good.
That's a big one.
She's going to actually now sit here for the next hour.
Oh
thinking
yeah.
about it.
The lights are gonna go off.
And
and
she'll
I'm
be
sitting there,
here tomorrow.
She'll still be
Yeah.
here.
Thank you very much. All the very
Thank
best.
you.
I'm
Thank
sure
you.
it must have been wonderful. And looking forward to the Hobbit ladies. as I'm
Thank you
calling
very
them. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.